everyone, Tiffa here. Come with me to find out how our 10-day cruise turned into an 11-day cruise and we made a rescue at sea. So we took a 10-day Caribbean Seafarer on Holland America's Rotterdam, which is a beautiful Pinnacle Class ship. And as we were departing Fort Lauderdale, we did hear some talk about a tropical storm forming out in the Atlantic. But, until then, we were enjoying our 10-day cruise, everything that they had to offer, all the talks, all the music. And this ship is mainly music themed. Their art is music themed. It's pretty cool. There were so many different artists on this ship. I just loved walking around and seeing all the different art that they had. This one was my favorite. It's back by the Tamarind Specialty Restaurant. Loved it. And of course, the main dining room is gorgeous. Looks like bubbles on the ceiling. And at night, let the music play. BB King's Blues Club is a great time. Just have a seat and listen to some great music. And you will have an orange party at least one night during your cruise. If you'd rather hit the Rolling Stone Rock Room, be sure you go there first. BB King's plays first, then the Rolling Stones, and then the dueling piano bars. And if you love Lincoln Center, be sure to catch BBC Earth Presents 7 Worlds, 1 Planet in concert. During the day, there is lots offered, including great port talks. They're called EXC talks, and they also have coffee chats, chats with the captain, the musicians, the comedians, the bands.
Together and sharing in something in person, and how that is really not something you can replicate in any other way. And that's what's so cool about this job, with so much performing and meeting so.
And a must-watch on the world stage is the Holland America's origin story. Holland America is celebrating 150 years.
But just a few years later.
And up on the sun deck, they do have a nice outdoor workout area along with shuffleboard. And for all you pickleball fanatics, they do have a pickleball court, which they are going to start having tournaments on all the ships this year. The jogging track is short. I think it takes 12 laps to make a mile. But look at this view. So is this ship for you? This Pinnacle Class ship has all the pools, all the spa treatments you can want, all the music, live music at night. If you want to boogie down until about midnight. After midnight, it's pretty much done. And this has a huge actual library on board. So back into our 10-day turned into an 11-day. Our first stop was Half Moon Cay, which is some of the most beautiful turquoise water around. Then we went into Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, some of the best coffee and chocolate. On to Bonaire, again, some of the most beautiful water around. Curacao, and then Aruba, where we parked next to this Scientology ship. And our last stop was Grand Turk. And this is where our weather started to take a turn. And we were getting all kinds of info about Tropical Storm Nicole. And it got a little darker and darker as we went about our day. We then got the information that she is definitely going to hit on the coast in Fort Lauderdale on our return. So I went and checked Port Everglades site. First update was that they were at condition whiskey, and then that they were at condition x-ray, and they would be at condition Zulu at 8 p.m. So of course I had to go look all those up. It did say the port was going to close, so we could not return to Fort Lauderdale the next day. So we were set to hang out here, and this is cruiseaddicts.com. And you can see all the ships that are around you and close. And you can see here, we kind of all just had to hang out around the top of Cuba. So we really were not supposed to be here. We were just kind of killing time until she passed above us. And there were so many ships out to sea that night. If you click on a ship on the Cruise Addicts website, you can see what ship it is and who is next to you. So what happens then is customer service opened up their phone so that everyone could make new travel arrangements that needed to make new travel arrangements. It was kind of chaotic, especially for people who were not from the US or who did not use Southwest or an easy to change airline. So the line upstairs was crazy. Their phone lines were open. They had extra customer service trying to help. It was one of those, when the unexpected happens, what do you do? Luckily, we were booked on Southwest Airlines, and Southwest Airlines was like, please rebook your airline tickets because we're probably going to cancel you. And then we were headed to dinner and heard this.
Rescued, please do not panic. Rescue will be on the way. Medical report to deck 3 with blankets, water, and assistance. Guest services manager, please contact the bridge as we have questions for you. Thank you.
Amazingly, we were somewhere we were not supposed to be, and a passenger saw something in the water, reported it, and it was this boat with 13 people on it. Our ship rescued all 13, and as soon as they got everyone off their handmade boat, the boat fell apart.
Safely on board. The Ron was taking on water and would not stay afloat any longer, and such I made the decision to bring the ship closer over the break and bring all 13 refugees on board. 13. We have checked and verified with the people on board how many were on board, and it is indeed 13 people. So for the person who spotted this, I thank you very much. And if there's any update, I will be back on the public address system, but it will most likely be tomorrow morning. I will now continue onwards to our next port of destination, final port of destination, Fort Lauderdale. I would like to stress out, though, that I thank you for all your help. Any lights that were spotted and pointed at the raft were very helpful. Also for the medical team and hotel team, thank you for all your efforts in making this rescue possible. Your help was well appreciated. For now we are in close contact with the Coast Guard, and there might be a possibility that if the weather conditions allow us to do so,
So yes, once we did have refugees on board, we were put at restricted maneuverability, and we were awaiting the Coast Guard to come and board, and they will take the refugees with them. The captain was so proud of his ship, his team, and even the passengers. It was just amazing. We were there at the right place at the right time, somewhere we shouldn't have even been. So the next and last morning, all the ships were lined up to get back into Fort Lauderdale. Surprisingly, it was very laid back. We did not see people getting upset. We saw lots of people just enjoying the end of the cruise. And I was so happy to see that. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And remember, do more of what makes you happy.